Some kids are not comfortable competing, so even though we've had some kids who read a lot of books and they just like, I don't want to do it. It just, that stresses them out, which is fine. But no, we try to expose as many kids as possible to them, and they do a nice job with the Sunshine State Readers of having kind of the lower up to a little bit higher. So there's a book for everyone, so everyone can participate. From this day on, we will work with the Green Gorillas, our third graders. We will work with our third graders, and they'll either, there's two, I think this particular team has 2 different teachers they're from. There's 2 from each class, so during the day they might get together and let them practice with cranium core, and they know that the cranium core they're practicing with, they will not be asked those questions, but just to kind of practice the format and practicing going back in and getting better at finding the text and being more comfortable speaking in front of people, because for some of the kids that was a little overwhelming, and some are fine with it. So they will continue to practice with that. They'll also, we have all the books. We'll make sure that if they want to reread any or read any for the first time, make sure they're all covered and they'll work with it. Our team that won last year was also 3rd grade.
So obviously we really appreciate the leadership that goes into this at the school level, and this is icing on the cake for the kids and for them, and they don't have to do this, but they choose to, and they do it for the good of the kids.
They do.
So it's nice to hear from adults, but we also got to hear from some of the group that participated at Perkins. So let's hear from the kids.
Okay.
It's about where this kid finds a package on his doorstep, and it has a thing that they thought was a radio, but it turned out to be a time machine that brought Ben Franklin, and they went on this wacky adventure all throughout town, eventually winding up back home where they gave their mom an idea for a book.
There's this man named, I forget his first name, but his last name's Ambrose, and everybody thought he was dead, but they actually find him, and he's alive.
That sounds like an exciting story. All right. So are you going to participate at the district battle of the books?
Yes, I am.
They found the box, like a box tape, whatever it's called, and then it came with some headphones, so they started pressing buttons, and Benjamin Franklin popped up in their bathroom, and because he basically went back in time, and so then Benjamin Franklin was exploring everything, and they went on a bunch of adventures.
It's about this kid named Lester who he has trouble in school, and he goes to these separate classes, but his mom actually knows that he has autism, but he went into her closet to try to find his dad's old astronaut helmet and found some papers that said he had autism.
I read 12 or 13.
And of those books, which was your favorite?
Bicycle Spy.
Bicycle Spy. What's that book about?
It's about a boy who has been riding his bike back and forth to his aunt's house to deliver pieces of bread, but in the bread are secret messages, because this was during the time where it was with the Nazis and the Jewish, and one of his friends, Delphine, are Jewish, so his parents are in the resistance, so they help her and her family get to Spain before they find out.
I really liked Sled Dog School.
What was that about?
That was about a boy around my age that had a project that he needed to do for school. He had to make a business and have 3 clients in about a month.
And what does that have to do with sled dogs?
And he used the sled dogs that he had because he lived in a place that snowed a lot. So he used his sled dogs for his project. And so he made like a sled dog school.
Okay. I asked each of them what their favorite book was, and we got a variety of answers. Do you read these books?
I try and read them all, but this year I got through half of them.
Did you have a favorite?
Actually, I liked Ben Franklin in My Bathroom. That was a cute one.
Yes, and that certainly was a title that caught my attention. I'm not sure this is.
Yeah, why is he in the bathroom? Yeah, and it had to do with the time machine. It was done very well, and we have some really good authors. So, The one that I hope that they won't go with again will be a graphic novel, because that was very difficult.
To do the process
Well,
with.
yeah, to do the process with, but even reading it, staying on target and finding information was a challenge. So
The kids like them.
they did.
Right.
It was probably one of the favorites, the Nanute book.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the district battle. When we come back, we'll be talking about the district battle. Stay tuned.